called a societal standard of beauty, and baby, I fit the mold.
Baby, this was the date. So no, you can't have my number.
I just don't understand. Why are men like this? Men are evil.
For lunch, I'm gonna tell him it's okay. Somebody already sent me $100.
Wants to grind on your girl, feel good.
I said, what?
So we were right all along. The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women.
Would you rather have a loyal broke nigga, or would you rather have a cheater with some paper?
A cheater with some paper. A cheater with some paper.
Oh, okay. She's acceptable.
When it comes to women, her survival is more important than the love that you can give her. She will always gravitate towards the man who's in survival mode versus the one that's going to treat her good.
I was watching something on TikTok, right? This guy said, everybody in the world, in terms of attraction, is between a 3 and a 7. And the reason why a lot of people are single is because they think that they're more appealing than what society deems them as attractive. So you might be a 4, but in your mind, you're an 8. So you're going to go to the people who are 8s, but the 8s don't want you because technically you're a 4. I said, okay, that's fair. This guy then said, if you want to figure out what the society standard you are, you need to average out the range of the men or women that you have dated previously. So if you have dated a 4, a 6, 7, then you median it. In society's eyes, you're a 5. So I checked my database, right?
And what numbers did you get?
Numbers that can ruin my self-esteem.
It's called delusion of grandeur. That's where a person feels like they're more than what society sees them. Everyone faces this dilemma whenever you're dealing with insecurity and you have people telling you what you want to hear. A lot of women go online to have the desperate men, the simps, the trolls, gas them up, and then they come out into the real world thinking that it has the same effect. Granted, you have men that do this whenever they get money. But me, myself, I've done the evaluation and I realized that I'm a 5. When you did your evaluation, get in the comments to let me know what number did you come up with.
Imagine a man meeting me in this dress and still playing with my time. This man saw me walk in the lounge last night, left his seat to come sit beside me, watched me order a hookah and not 1 but 2 drinks, whole time talking my ear off begging for a date, and didn't pick up the check. Baby, this was the date. So no, you can't have my number because the only thing that passed the vibe check was this dress.
This is exactly why black women are the most single women. You have jobs, you have your own money, you could buy your own clothes, but that doesn't mean that you get princess treatment. You were already eating. You were already having your own drinks. He was just there. A man is not supposed to just meet you and start tricking. This is why you're single.
I'm not gonna bend over backward for a man that is just sending whatever he can, or if he's not gonna be my boyfriend, number one. But if I'm talking to him next time I'm out, and he says, "Oh, you need something for lunch," I'm gonna tell him it's okay. Somebody already sent me $100, so he know that you're going for that time. Yeah, you got.
That's when you, as a man, you go ahead and hang up the phone. Do not let a woman get you competing with another man on how much money you spend on her. That's almost prostitution. Don't jump into them games.
Because it's better, like you said.
Okay, if we're being completely honest, right here, right now, we've all eaten lunch for $30.
Yes,
let's start
100%.
Cute little cafe spot, baby.
I'm getting lunch for $17. I'm gonna snap us and get something popping, but
we're not saying that we're ungrateful.
Right.
Food is food on the table. However, you know what the standard is.
Correct.
Me in that situation, handling it with grace. Thank you so much, baby. I'm so appreciative. I'm gonna still take a picture of that bill and I'm gonna send it to him. Thank you for the 30. That was the tip.
That's the tip. Where are you eating at? Just because you choose to go to expensive restaurants doesn't mean that that man has to pay the tab. See, these are the type of women that only specialize in simps. They're not specializing in real men. Women get to the point where they realize they only attract simps. So they start to adjust their lifestyle around the simps that are willing to trick, hoping that they can get close to them. Those are the type of men that women speak on nowadays.
Within
Don't date.
You can date. No, you can.
Do not date.
But date with the woman that number one does not have that expectation, or number two is in that that range, that will love and adore that $30, will save that $30, will frame that $30, will bathe with that $30.
And she's right. Men need to stop chasing waterfalls and stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to. Stick with the girl that likes you, not the woman that you have to work hard for. Because if you got to work for her, only thing she gonna do is make you run up the tab.
Which I don't. Here we go with numbers. Do you know more than half of America is going 50-50? 70% of people in households are going 50, including white people.
And that's great for them. I'm not. They can do what they want, will or won't.
You're doing 100 by yourself now.
I don't give a fuck. I'm by myself.
This is delusion. This is why we still get paid to do this dumbass shows
By
like this.
myself.
Because we have pretty delusional women that will rather pay 100% by herself than go 50-50 with a nigga.
And you still gassing her up while you trying to bring her down. When it's all said and done, these are single women that have never been in a real relationship. Everyone that has not been in a real relationship turns out to be delusional whenever it comes to relationship advice.
What's a green flag in a guy?
I'm gonna talk about my boyfriend. I would say a guy that is really close to God. I think anybody that's really close to God is not gonna lead you astray from him and is gonna lead you closer to him. And I think anything that revolves around God, anything that God has already given you is already blessed. So I would say a guy that is close to God.
Get in the comments to let me know if we have ladies watching this, what's a green flag for a guy?
Who? Like, I'm dead serious. Y'all with this mess. Okay, I do not subscribe to that. That is not true. I feel like this is something that ugly or mildly ugly people say. Like, when it comes to humans in general, beauty is subjective. Sexual attraction is subjective, but we do have what you call a societal standard of beauty, and baby, I fit the mold. And not just society standards, because there's different societies everywhere. But I believe there are people who are inherently beautiful. Who they are as they exist, the way they impact this world is just beautiful. You don't say, oh, everybody's short to somebody. No, there are short people and there are tall people, and it's all right. You don't say everybody's skinny to somebody, everybody fat to somebody. No, like, we have a certain standard when it comes to size. Like, it doesn't mean you should be treated any differently. It doesn't mean that everybody will want to date you or be with you, but we do have standards when it comes to that stuff, and it is all right. I don't like how social media is trying to force us to pretend like that's not a thing. Everybody does have a preference. Everybody's not gonna be everybody's preference, and that's cool. But ugly?
I agree with the statement. Everybody is ugly to somebody. Everybody is alpha to somebody. Everybody is beta to somebody. Everybody is just awkwardly weird to somebody. You will learn that whenever you travel the world. Closed-minded people only look at life from a closed-minded situation because they haven't got out and gotten into other countries to see how people fluctuate. Knowledge is power, but it's only powerful whenever you have the experiences. If you're just coming online to get all your knowledge, you're just going to end up dumb.
So we were right all along. The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women. It's that you don't have enough money, which is what we have been saying all along.
I highly disagree with that statement. It's not the fact that men don't have enough money to spend it on a woman. They're just coming to the realization that they don't want to, and that they don't have to spend money on a woman that they barely know, or that they are just getting to know. In my opinion, a woman has to earn her place in a man's life for him to be willing to spend the money that he has worked for. I mean, if it's just so easy to spend money on a person that you barely know, why aren't women spending money on men all the time? Why are women not inviting men for an expensive dinner to restaurants that they wouldn't even take themselves and their friends to? I don't understand your logic.
Women start tricking when they turn into cougars, but modern women are comparing themselves to prostitutes. They're comparing themselves to escorts because these are the girls that are getting the BBLs, the fake hairs, and that all the rich guys are gravitating towards for a short period of time, for a one-night fling. Women want to be treated like those type of women. So when they say, oh, you just don't have enough money for us, no, they ain't trying to spend it. If a man is out looking for a wife, he's not trying to pay for prostitution up front.
I'm saying, but you always be trying to say something to me every time I come in the house. Like, when you come in the house, you need to do this, so your mama don't gotta do nothing. But you in here cooking, so why you just don't cook every day, so mama really won't have to do nothing? That's her job. Hey, listen. What you need to do is, you need to start like acknowledging the fact that you made these decisions when you had kids. Therefore, you need to start doing this type of stuff. I'm not laughing at you, boy.
You better go on that before you get what you asked for.
I'm just saying. Start cooking, start doing something with your time. You get off at
your pants.
That's what I said. Pull them up. You get off work at what time? But after I leave out for school, that about 8 o'clock. You
get off work after you get off school.
After I leave for school, you be coming in the house before I be going and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm saying. You got all this time to do stuff.
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
What you mean?
This is a shame. His own son became a son husband in the house with the mother. Whenever your son starts talking to you like a woman and talking to you like you're a bum dude that you need to do something with your life, meanwhile, you are paying the bills. Meanwhile, you are the reasons why he's sitting there in the living room looking like he's living a good life. It's time to go ahead and put them paws on him. This is one of the reasons why a lot of men are walking away from marriage and don't want to have children. For one, the agendas keep you from raising them. The computers are raising them, and modern women are letting them.
I am in my soft guy era. Why are you giving me $20 to get lunch? What am I going to do with $20? If you're not sending me $150 as my girl, if you're not sending me $150 for my food, what purpose do you serve? I am in my soft guy era. I'm talking to this girl. She said, hey, do you want to stop over at McDonald's? Bitch, do you hate me? You should have said Chick-fil-A, and at that is still disrespecting me. I only do Ruth Chris, Del Frisco's, and Nobu. You should know that. Me and my guys are out at dinner for my birthday, and I invite you as my girl. Why aren't you picking up the bill for all of my friends? I am in my soft guy era. I'm talking to my girl. She sent me $40 for a haircut. I sent it right back. What the fuck am I going to do with $40? Why aren't you sending me $150 minimum? That's why I don't have a haircut. I'm not going to tolerate that disrespect. I'm in my soft guy era.
And I completely agree with him. She can't send you $40 for a haircut. Minimum $80. Whenever it's to get something to eat, minimum $100. These women out here are not paying the cost to be the boss. If we are in the soft guy era and you're being the boss, you got to be able to run the tab up. Ain't nobody dealing with no broke woman no more.
I feel like as a man, y'all should be proud. Like, let's say if it was Rihanna that came and got my man, I'll be like, yes, Rihanna likes him. I knew I chose great. Like, this is how I would feel.
Right.
So, like, with men, it's just like, you know, like, that means that your girl is bad.
That male ego
this
crazy.
big
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
artist wants to grind on your girl, feel good.
What?
A different type of embarrassment for a man, I think, for his niggas to be like, yo, ain't that your shorty up there with Usher?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and she had a good fucking time. Where your bitch at? Men sometimes, like, y'all don't know how to stand your ground on some shit that you know that you didn't have a problem with and clap back appropriately. And that is the true talent of a man that is secure within himself and secure within his relationship. When you don't have, like, there's nothing that anybody can say from the outside world that's going to sway you. Like, we are united front. Like, my wife went out and had fun one night. So what? That's a memory that she's gonna have forever.
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
I think that when a woman is in love with you and you are in a committed relationship, you should not be out here swinging, dancing, or doing anything with another person.
How many times you smash a shorty until y'all locked in?
Maybe that's not what determines if that's my shorty.
Because, you know, after you do a couple of times, sometimes might be rolled over. She gonna think y'all go together.
I beg to differ. I need to teach you some game, brother.
What's a game, my brother? Preach.
I have to stop thinking that, oh, I hit 5 times, that's my girl. That bitch ain't mine. No, because another nigga hit 10 times. And you just hit them 5 and you thinking that's not how that go, brother. Calm down, relax.
So my 5 made me more than that 10.
Relax. Relax, brother.
You got to stand up on the pack.
That's how you do.
And I agree with him. You have to allow a woman to put herself in position and to start acting like the character you want her to be. Not, oh, I done smashed, I spent money, so now she's mine. She has to act like this. No, it doesn't work that way, Holmes. Start off with being a FB with her and let her conform to you. If she doesn't conform to you, she's never your girl. It's just your turn.
Since a lot of men are visual creatures, let me walk through what I just made. Why I won't sleep with a man who makes less than $200,000 a year. The average one-bedroom apartment in LA, this is where I live, is $2,800 a month, although my rent is significantly more than this. That means that you have to make 3 times the rent in order to qualify. That's $8,400 a month before taxes and $800,000 a year. But hold on, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a lot of money. Just wait. Men want to do this thing where they want to take your pants off, and that's fine because I want to take my pants off too, but hold on. If we have a little baby, the average 2-bedroom in Los Angeles is $3,800. That means that you now have to make $11,400 a month, which brings you to $136,800 a year. I know what you're thinking, oh my God, that's so much money, but wait. You're not really coming home with that $136,800 because you have roughly 30% in taxes, and this is a conservative estimate, okay? Meaning that $41,040 of that is going to be taken, so your new bring home is going to be $95,760 a year. But hold on, if we divide that by 52 weeks, that means that you are going to bring home $1,841.54 weekly, or $7,366 monthly. I know what you're thinking. That's amazing. However, you have benefits. Do you know how much benefits are for a family of 3 on a silver PPO plan? Because be so for real, I am not giving birth in a county hospital, okay? Also, let's just pay a higher premium now unless you want to get a bill for $100,000 at the end of the birth, okay? So now we're back to this $7,366, and 16 cents a month. But let's estimate that we are doing $700 biweekly on a family of 3 medical, dental, vision benefit plan. That would be a new $5,900 take home. But wait, we still have to pay rent. $5,900 minus $3,800 for that average 2-bedroom, because where's our baby gonna sleep, in the living room? Be for real. That means that we have left over $2,100 for the month, but we still have cars, insurance, utilities, food, clothes, the dogs need to eat, veterinary expenses that we wouldn't have expected, baby things, etc. Sir, we are now in the negative. And I'm sorry, but I am not going to sleep with a man to accidentally get pregnant when we are going to be living check to check because you physically cannot afford it. And I know what you're going to say. You should get a job. You should be working. The average cost of childcare in the state of California is $16,866 per year for ages 0 to 2, or $11,999 for ages 3 to 5. I am not gonna go and get yelled at by a boss and be stressed out and wake up and spend 4 hours a day commuting, 2 hours there, 2 hours back. This is LA, we have traffic, just to go and pay that much money in childcare when I could be home with the child. And before you say, oh my God, like you just want to leech off of a man, you're a bum. Babe, this is me in my 2-story apartment here in LA that I pay for by myself. So if I could already make all of this go round alone, why would I want to complicate my life and add you to it? Okay, girl math.
But that's Los Angeles. A lot of young people move to Los Angeles to have fun, but if you're going to start a family, it's all about strategy. She has her strategy down, and it looks like she's going to be single for a very long time.
Guys, I just finished my date. And I am so embarrassed. I'm not gonna cry here. I'm not gonna cry. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to clean myself up a little bit. He came, and so the whole thing is we went to this restaurant he wanted to go to, and it was a little too expensive, but I don't know. I asked my sister for money, so we went. I had this dress on, and I changed because I had this dress on and everything. And I had my hair out. Like, you know, guys, I cut it, but it wasn't like this. I had it parted a little bit. And so I went in, and he was, like, looking around like, oh, like he was looking for somebody else. And I was like, okay. I'm like, hey, I'm Tia. And then he was like, Tia? I'm like, yeah, it's for me, from BOK. And then he was, like, looking confused, and he told me to sit down. So I sat down. I smiled, and he didn't smile back at me. And then he was like, I don't look like my pictures. I do look like my pictures. I don't Photoshop anything. I tell everything how it is. I'm going to insert at the end of the video the picture I put in. And he was like, you know, just being so quiet through the meal and all that. He didn't even want to pay. I said, hey, I didn't bring my money with me. And then he eventually paid. And then now he sent me a request to pay for the food. And that's not... I just don't understand. Why are men like this? Men are evil.
Why did you not show up at the date looking like your photo? You look nothing like your photo. This is why I tell men, only the creeps are online. Low-hanging fruit are the ones that are still trying to date. The only way to work is to meet somebody face to face. Get out the house.